Hello people, my name is Rage, and welcome one and all to Cities Skylines, where we are building the most competent, least competent city since 1974. What happened in 1974, you ask? Well, check under the tree next to the shed. There is a box. In that box are your instructions. Tell no one. So, the city is going okay, and from what I've gathered, from reading everything you have to say, from really going through it, what I have truly realized is that apparently my city is great because it makes you all feel better about your cities. So I'm gonna take that as some kind of a compliment, and at the same time, come on, I am trying my best here, I am still learning. So what I want to do today is answer the massive residential demand, and then I want to buy this square of land and make sort of an extra sort of perfect side town, as much as that will make sense. So for now, I'm going to build a one-way lane off here, which is going to extend into... In fact, no, I should do a... Ooh, I could do a cloverleaf intersection and get really crazy. That might actually look very, very nice. If I do this... Whoa, I can do it, boom! There we go. I kind of like how that looks, and it also obviously filters a load of traffic. So that connects that to there, and then this one connects that to there, and then we have a nice little thing ready for things to happen. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. So we're going to have a one-way lane if we get our curvy on. And honestly, I realize how I tried to solve the pipe issue right here. I am so sure how I tried to solve that was a little bit on the stupid side of things. You know, no one is going to argue that. They're really not. But at the same time, I want you to understand that it's not easy being green, or something along those lines. I hate it when I always do the roads the right way, because I always get a little bit confused, but as it is, that should make sense. This is going to be quite the beautiful little section of the town. At least I believe it will be. I don't want to get too close to the motorway, because I think that would be a mistake, but I do want to have nice tree lanes. And the thing is, I do have a lot of spare money at the moment, so I'm not feeling that pressured in terms of conserving, so I'd rather just make a really nice area that people can live in. And I don't want to make it too uniform. I want it to make it actually like a, or just a random intersecting town. Granted, that looks a little bit stupid, so I'm going to get to straight and then build that to there, and then yeah, there we go. We've got a lovely, nice kind of thing going on here. In fact, we'll bring this across there, and this is going to be Prettyville, I think. I mean, I may not call it specifically Prettyville. That may be a little bit moronic to do so. In fact, I should totally connect this to here, shouldn't I? That makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. And then we can have a nice little connector here, and then we can wait for this one until we unlock this area. But this is going to be where all the snobs live in our town. That's what I'm going to go with. You got to give them a place. You got to give them a place where they can feel better than everyone. It's just how it works, honestly. So if we cover all of this in residential. Now, this could go horribly wrong, and granted, I am losing population, but it's only 18 people. We're not going to miss 18 people. I have more people than that executed daily, so honestly, it's fine. Oh, I know what I might call this place. A lovely suggestion that I had, actually, and I'm totally going to use it for this little section. Instead of Sunset Hills, this is going to be Mapstravenue. Yes, how good is that? Mapstravenue. So we do need commercial places to come off it, I would assume, and in order to do that, I'm going to have a circular... Okay, we're going to get the... not the motorway, per se. We're going to get this and bring it to here. In fact, we're going to have to get a little bit curvy here. And then we're going to connect this with a straight line to there. And then we're also going to have this come round to here, and this is going to be some commercial, just so they have their own private place where they feel really at home and enjoy life and enjoy everything that's going on, and they can come shopping here and buy all the things that they feel they need to make themselves happy. That's what's going on over here in Mapstravenue, because, you know, they gotta be looked after correctly, do the Mapstravenue people. It's just how it works. And then, of course, the Mapstravenue people work in offices, so we need to provide them with those offices. It's definitely only fair at this point. So we want this to extend over to here, and then alongside this we're going to just give them loads of office complexes, and it's going to be a nice little mini town off to the side where hopefully everything isn't quite as terrible, which is absolutely wonderful. We are going to add a few little beautifying elements to it. Yes, we are. It's going to be rather nice. In fact, this can totally go along here, right? Come on, that can totally fit. Well, we could just put that in a square, but until we know what's going on, I'm not going to specifically. And then they do actually get reached from the hospital down there, so I'm going to give them a much more local medical clinic that's just gonna chill around here. I think we'll give them a local firehouse as well. This is very much a microcosm community, an experiment, you could say. We'll have the primary school, we'll have the high school, the university. They don't actually get reached by university, not that I can afford it, because, you know, this is fairly an expensive use of stuff. And then we'll put the waste factory there, and yeah, it affects a few people, but I'm sure that will be fine. And then in terms of power, do I want to give them their own power source, or do I want to connect them to the main grid? I'd say connecting them to the main grid makes more sense, but we need them to move in first, so we'll wait to do that. And to be fair, we actually do need a lot more piping here. Space already occupied? How dare you tell me such things? Alright, there we go. That should pretty much solve that. And then if we have this coming down here, there we go. So this is going to be a nice little quaint, almost quaint. How often do you get to use the word quaint in everyday conversation? Because I'm thinking not enough. I am definitely thinking not enough. So we have Mapstravenue over off to the side there. So let's play it and we'll see what happens to start with. Their water problems should be non-existent. They're obviously going to have power problems, but that's whatever. And in terms of traffic, it's all going fine over in Mapstravenue, and I do like that. So we should be getting people to move in. We have a lot of demand for residential, though we are slowly losing population. Oh no, it's actually, nope, there we go. We are gaining population again. So that is really, really nice. There are a few sicknesses going on here and there. Nothing crazy, I would say, but just a few little things. I'm working on getting rid of all of my landfill. I've also improved traffic a little bit. And by improved, I mean I've spread out the redness with a one-way system. It's a little bit better thanks to your advice, but I feel like in order to fix this traffic problem, I would have had to have built it like this from the ground up. So it's not, you know, excellent. It definitely could be, what's the word, a lot better. So we're going to pump a little bit of extra water into the system just because I feel like it needs it. And then over here, how do I want to solve their power issues? How do I think that would best work? I guess for now we will do the patch job of simply having a network of power lines because it doesn't mess with too many things at the moment to do that. Although I'm not sure why a plaza needs a power source, but I'm just gonna let it have that for now with a little bit of poetic license there. So that should solve their power issues, which is lovely. And then we're gonna have a nice surge of people moving into Mapster Avenue, where everything's gonna be rather lovely. And then once we meet the next population milestone, which we're a fair amount off, we can buy this square and really expand it into a nice little wooded town area, which I think will look absolutely lovely. And yeah, we do have a need for workers over here. There's a few people dying, but overall it's pretty good. Traffic is moving, mostly. The industrial area is okay, the entrance is okay. This is quite the conundrum, actually. This is really in need of some freeing up, which kinda sucks, but it should generally be okay. I may upgrade this just to free it up a little bit here, like so. And then at the end, they have a problem, but they seem to be dealing with that, and our vacation was extended. Could someone water the plants where we're gone? The key is on the pot. You don't want to tweet where your key is, though that's actually really good, because that's just a testament to how crime-free my amazing city is. So really, you've just got to think about that. It is absolutely wonderful. So we have that going on there. I probably want a little bit of high density commercial to be attached to this. So I guess really what I'm going to say is I have no need for you and your terrible little dirt road, so I am just going to delete you. I mean, I don't even see what the point of you is, honestly. And then we're going to have a nice little, you know, obviously sided with trees, because you've got to side them with trees. And then we're going to have a nice little high-density commercial zone going up this side, which I think is nice and lovely. And then we'll extend the water coverage just to fill out the rest of this zone, just so we can actually use it with a little bit more cleverness, I think is the word I'm going for here. So we're gaining people, we're still gaining a load of money, we're actually gaining a lot less money though. I don't care about that stupid line, okay, we're not even going to talk, that's going to be there forever. I want everyone to know that that is going to be there forever and ever and ever, and it's never going to stop, and that's just how we're going to have to deal with it. So as soon as each site finishes emptying, we are going to promptly delete it, which I think will go a long way towards solving our health problem, which is definitely someone. But we also do need a lot more workers in this kind of area, actually. There seems to be a big demand for workers. There's also a big demand for waste management, so I'm going to put that there, which should alleviate some of the problems, because using the burning facility is a lot better than having landfills everywhere, which kind of just shifts the problem to somewhere else, which, unless you're going to shift the problem to someone else and then you no longer have to deal with it, isn't the best thing to do. Just a little bit of advice there. Mapster Avenue is doing pretty well for itself. There's nothing crazy going on. Maybe I should connect that to there, but I'm not too bothered either way. We've got a nice amount of population moving in. They feel really pretty, which is of course very, very important. Let's put that there as well, just to help out. Can I fit anything in this center bit? Because that would obviously be a very clever use of space, but I don't think I quite can. Though I can fit things along the outside, which definitely makes sense to do. I can't even fit the smallest one there, which, you know, when you can't fit the smallest one, what are you even doing with your life? I think we can definitely say. We'll put one there as well. We want the land value here to be really, really high, because this is the cream of the crops. This is the Beverly Hills of my town over in Mapster Avenue, where, you know, you go away to be away from everyone else. Charles Adams knows. He is a very, you know, he is going on and on about those smoke detectors. He will not shut up on Twitter. Quite frankly, he is a joke amongst his peers. It is actually ridiculous. So I think in terms of solving people leaving the city, we do need to solve people being ill. And I don't really know how to go about doing that. So I'm just going to build a clinic on top of both of them, which will both delete the people that are ill, and I think, you know, deleting people who are ill is a very, very effective method of getting rid of them, because you just make them leave the city, and then once we can actually get rid of this landfill, like, for example, we can get rid of this one here, which frees up the zone, which lets us add a load more office space, which is obviously really nice, and then we can just keep going along in that fashion, and eventually, I'm hoping the sickness will die down a little bit, though they are getting slowly and slowly more sick, and obviously we can't just delete entire rows of flats, because that's going to end up with us being lower and lower on the population scale, and in order to really progress with this town, we need to raise it up just a little. We can't build more of industrial because we really don't have a demand for it. There is less worker required pop-ups now, which I think is very, very good. YouTube comments doing okay. Twitch chat seems to be doing a lot better, which, you know, is not really how you'd expect it to go, but, you know, I'm kind of nice with it. Ashley Cooper, I dug a barrel full of glowing goo in my backyard. Well, maybe you should call the Ghostbusters. And if you do tell anyone, then don't tell them about the powers you're going to acquire from it, because it's very important you keep it quiet. So they need workers over here. I mean, they should have them because people are moving in, so I'm not entirely sure why that's a problem as it currently stands, but we are gaining people, and that is wonderful. In terms of the health problem, well, now there is dead people waiting for transport, which I should probably sort out. I mean, there's a graveyard over there, so I could just build a graveyard here, but I feel like that doesn't really do much. In fact, it's probably because of the traffic issues here that this is in fact happening, because the medical staff can't even get to where they're trying to get to. So I think we are in for another session of solving traffic problems, which is potentially going to go horribly wrong, but I feel like I need to try it. But I can't try it until I get rid of these landfills. That landfill is nearly empty, so until that landfill is fully empty, yeah, look, all the ambulances and stuff are just stuck along this road, so until I can fix that problem, and a lot of people were saying you just need more connectors between your roads, but I'm not sure that will fix the problem, because won't that just mean there's more people waiting to turn off? I think coupled with upgrading the road size, we probably could get away with that, though we're going to have to take a population hit in order to do it. That's the main difference here, but I can see it working. I can definitely see it working. So what I'm going to do is upgrade this to a wide road, like so, which will free up a little bit more space, like that. And then I'm also going to do it down here, which isn't great because it is removing a load of high density, but that's not really anything we can avoid in its current state. And then what we will do is build a few more connectors going across Dinosaur Town. So I guess from here to here might make sense, although it's freed up traffic a little bit. It's just until I can get rid of this, and indeed I can now, so that is a nice thing to see. In fact, yeah, we're gaining population back fairly okay, so perhaps this really is a good thing to do. What is occupying this space? Yeah, we'll get rid of that. Even though we just built it and probably a massive waste of money there, I think at the end of the day, the sun is going to go down, so that's alright. And then we're going to replace the high density that we've lost there, replace the offices that we've lost, and then this should flow a lot easier. So the real question is then, actually, I guess maybe, while I'm paused, if I delete all of this, okay, if I delete these roads, like so, and then if I replace them with a one-way street going out of this main flow, would that work a little bit better? Or would it be better going the other way round as a one-way street connecting them up? I feel like that might help traffic just a little bit, so the only people going down there are one-way people, and then we can direct more traffic on to this main causeway. But it does seem to be this main causeway that's the big deal with what's going on. And then I should probably fix this roundabout a little bit by making it a one-way, bigger roundabout going round. That does make sense as well. We'll make this a one-way going on, And then that should be a little bit better. If we make this a one-way, if I delete that and make this go from here all the way to there, and then that should technically, in fact, I guess I can delete this as well. And then I can't remember which direction I actually made that go in, so for the sake of making sure it's correct, I'm going to do that. Do that to there. And then if I check my traffic, it should have helped this a little bit, I would say. In fact, it does seem like it has alleviated a few problems, which is, of course, really, really nice. And then we'll put some more high density in here. I realized this was office before, but I feel like we do need more space for people to move back in, because this is a big population hit to actually do this. And then we'll remove the need of offices around here, and then that will make a lot more sense. Come on, go back to normal. There it is. Okay, so we got that going. There is less ill people. We're about to start gaining people again. We're going to lose workers here, but that makes sense because obviously we have just culled the population by a fair amount, but there's not much we can do about that. We'll put in another power plant there. As these are all emptying, this one is also emptying. Actually, it's on 8%, which is really, really nice. There is a few rubbish problems here, so we'll build a disposal plant on the edge of the city there. That should help out around there. So I feel like I'm slowly clawing this back. Maps Avenue looks very pretty, actually. I kind of like how this is going on, though there is a distinct lack of workers. So maybe I should actually have some high density over in Maps Avenue. I mean, I could see that definitely working, especially if we add more offices. So what I'm going to do is add like a prong on the end of... In fact, if I just connect it to the road, is there any real disadvantage in doing that? Because I feel like there actually isn't. And then if I keep connecting this across to maximize the amount of space that I'm working with and turn all of this into office blocks, because, you know, you can have office next to the highway, that's fine. Just lets people get here a lot easier, because they can go along the main causeway outside the city. And then if I extend the roadway up this way, and then what I can do in here is add some high density population, and then we can get some fancy posh rich kids to come and move into Maps Avenue. I feel like that's a pretty good idea. So in terms of healthcare, I am going to put a hospital on the edge of here just for Maps Avenue to deal with. And then in terms of education, we have this, which is fine. We have the primary school, which kind of works. We'll put another one there as support. And then at the back, we'll put a university here, which should help them out, which has cost us a lot of money, granted, but I think it's also fine. We'll put another fire engine there. And then in terms of garbage, we have that covered. Water, they are covered. Electricity, we do need to change a little bit, though now we can get rid of these connectors and just save a little bit more space. But for now, we do need to connect there too. In fact, as people move in, it should form the bridge, so I'm just going to let this happen as it stands right now. And then we've got this nice little extra bit sticking out, which I think we were missing. We were missing a nice little extra bit sticking out. So what I'm going to do between now and next episode is definitely gain in terms of the population. Low land value, really? Okay, well, we can definitely fix that a little bit. Yep, there we go. That's already done a wow. That has really turned that around. Like, very, very quickly has that turned that around. And then we'll put another one there. We'll whack another one there. That got rid of a place that needed workers anyway. And then we can raise the land value pretty quickly by doing that. In fact, one there as well makes a lot of sense. That doesn't actually have water, but that is easily fixed. There we go. And yeah, alright. Well, okay, no, we're actually gaining population at a sizable rate. I feel like as long as it remains around the 100 mark, we're kind of okay. If we go to our traffic, I feel like it is moving a little bit better, though now it's this bit that seems to be really, really going crazy. So what I might do is filter these people down here by getting rid of this street down here and making this a normal street. I'm going to keep it as, but I'm going to make it one way down here. and then that should prevent more people piling onto this roundabout, and it lets people actually leave it, which should help a little bit. This road here is obviously a big problem, so I might try and fix that a little bit. In terms of zoning for this, I guess we're just going to make it go back to being high-density commercial, which I think is definitely okay. So that seems to be working out. We've got people moving in. We're still earning a fair amount of money. I mean, we were at 400,000 at one point, which is what has let me actually make this bit over here, which is absolutely fine. And yeah, it's managed to connect itself to the grid, which is lovely. That does need a little bit of water, like so, and yeah, looking pretty good over in the Mapster Avenue side of town. Don't care about Uline, you can stop talking to me. We do have a few dead people problems, but you know, who doesn't have a few dead people problems? It's really the way of the world. That still needs a lot more emptying, it really, really does. That's getting there. I mean, we don't have the triple landfill that we did have before, so I think everything's going a little bit better. Granted, there is a lot of failure in my city, that is true, but now we have a really lovely little area to call our own. Doesn't this little zone of houses here look very pretty? I like it, I do. So that should work out nicely. And then this, well, this is something that we can think about at a later date. They just need a better way of flowing into here, actually. I think that's the major difference. They just can't get enough people actually into there. But that is a motorway, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. So I think maybe I could just upgrade this to wider lanes, and then maybe that would work a little bit just to let people flow on. Hey, look, we've got good traffic in the slither down there. I tell you what for, I bet, right, just if I had to guess, no, I don't want to pipe there. I bet the print shop, who is now known as Destroyer Industries, I bet they are very happy about this. I bet they are very, very content. But no, I definitely need to fix this. And well, I mean, is this a one-way? This does... In fact, no, if I recall correctly, did I make that a one-way? Because I feel like I should have done if I didn't to start with. So, let's get our motorway and... Oh yeah, I didn't even upgrade this to full-on motorway, which is probably an issue. So let's get that going there like so. Just to make everything flow a little bit faster. But either way, I need this to be a one-way to here, which should be... The slope's too steep? What slope are you talking about? Oh, we could actually make it there. And then I feel like that would be okay. So let's play that and see how that goes. Well, that's kind of solved the traffic problems because they're all turning around now, which is excellent. No, we actually just caused a massive traffic jam on the main road. That is a little bit awkward. Though once that sorts itself out, it should be okay again. A little bit. And I feel like if I could make all the roads in my cities wide roads at once, I feel like that would solve a lot of issues. Either way, Carol Gray approves of my smoke detectors, alright? Stephanie Thompson, we don't care about your wallet. This is not for you right now. I think we're still making progress, which is the main deal. I'm gaining population, I'm gaining money. That is success in my book right now. It may not be the best way of doing it, and, you know, we may have problems across everywhere, but I think as a first-time mayor, I'm doing a pretty good job. We're gaining a lot of people right now, and that makes me warm and fuzzy inside. So let me know what you think of this episode. Shut up, Elisa Gray, alright? We will have no goddamn mockery from you right here. You absolute, oh, God, I could strangle your puppy. If you don't have a puppy, I'm going to buy you one and then strangle it. So yeah, let me know what you think. Any suggestions, improvements that you might want to see happen. But for now, I am liking it. My name's been Rage, and like if you enjoyed this, it really does help. And subscribe for more. And goodbye. I'm so incompetent at this game, aren't I?